and good evening, depending on what time you're watching.
Yes, sir.
My name is theensovo, and from the video which we did yesterday, a few of my friends told me that I just cut the story short. Yes, honey?
Yes.
Oh, you want to sit? Okay, Alex believes he's the co-host. Are you a co-host? Okay. Let's put Alex in the video. You like to take videos? Videos.
Peppa Pig.
Peppa Pig is on, right?
It's a papa.
It's a pop-up, okay. Thank you, okay? Yeah, so this is Alex. Say hi. Say hello.
Hello.
Good. So a few of my friends told me that somehow I rushed through the video and maybe I should give more details as to how I felt, how did I tell my parents I was pregnant, how did Andres tell his parents that I was pregnant, and given the fact that we haven't known each other for such a long time, and how are those reactions per se. So how I told my mother I was pregnant. So let's rewind a bit. My mother met Andres. Okay, he's making coffee. My mother met Andres when we went for vacations in Johannesburg. So my little brother had just had a baby. So we went to see the mother of his kid with the baby. So I went with Andres there to see the baby. That's how my mother actually met Andres. That was before I got pregnant. And yeah, so they just got along and we had a good day. And he actually had to taste my jengelenge, aka masonja. So, well, he was not a fan of that. Well, I loved them. I really asked my mother to prepare that for myself because I was so missing them. And when we went back to the Airbnb which we had rented in Mahoning, and we lived our life and so I didn't tell my mother I was pregnant. When I went back to Qatar, I didn't know I was pregnant. I was like thinking 2 weeks pregnant. I didn't know, and I started feeling weird. And for someone whose period is regular, it just was acting weirdly. It just didn't come on day 1, day 2, day 3 didn't come. And then I went to the pharmacy and bought a pregnancy test. Then when I did the test, it showed one line and the other one was a bit faint. And I'm one of those people when it's either a yes or a no. So when I saw it like that, I was more, it wouldn't be faint. The other line wouldn't be faint if I was not pregnant. So it means I'm pregnant. And then I told Andres right along that my period did not come. And somehow maybe I'm pregnant. And luckily he was coming to Doha in 2-3 weeks time. So he came and he brought a pregnancy test from Germany. I don't know if German kids appear more on German pregnancy tests. But then I went to his hotel and I did the test. And he literally followed me to the bathroom to do this test. While we waited, and he's like, yeah, but what if it says it's positive? I said, before you said I could decide whatever I want to decide. But I knew how he was saying it. He was saying it in a way of, you better want to keep this baby. So, but he didn't say it in words. So we went and fetched the stick. It was 2 lines. Now it was like 2 big red lines. And for some reason, I cried. I started crying. And he's like, no, don't cry, calm down. It's not the worst thing that could happen, calm down. And I'm thinking, hey, Mlungu, what's wrong here? Like, normally people will be like, hey, what's this and stuff, but he was just calm about it. And then we called my mom. We called my mom and yeah. No, but before that, I told my mother I told my mother's best friend I was pregnant during the day. Because I hadn't done the other one, but I told her I'm pregnant and my mother heard me, it was on loudspeaker. And she just said, oh, you know, oh, how painful oh is. You don't know whether oh is we're not talking to each other or we're talking. And are you fine? Are you singing? Okay, so going back to how my mother said oh, and so somehow I didn't know whether she was angry or she was just saying oh, because remember she met Andres before, and a day later, no, I think it's the same day, my dad was coming back from Johannesburg. So Andres, being himself and from his culture, he says, yeah, but let's call your mother. We call my mother? For what? No, but we have to talk to her and hear what she thinks. Okay. Then I call her. And then we're talking. Fana, I'm still recording, right? Yeah, I'm recording. We're recording a video, right? Then we'll sing, right? We'll sing later, yeah? Let's talk to the people, right? To the people. Then, so we call my mother, and of course she answers, and of course, and then I'm like, yeah, so we did another pregnancy test. This one says positive, I'm pregnant. She's like, okay. And then Andrea says, can I talk to her? Hey, alright, I give him the phone. Then my mother is talking. Remember, my dad is home. My dad knows nothing about this guy. So she literally told him that Nzovo is pregnant. And then when we're talking, okay, they talk, and then Andres asked my mother, but what do you think of this? My mother said, a child needs more than just love. It needs both parents who are willing to take care of it and are ready to be a family. And then, with that being said, afterwards, okay, we ended up hanging up, of course, and my dad asked my mother, how, Queen, why are you talking in English? And I was like, oh, I didn't tell you, he's white. Oh, okay, which I still think is so super duper cool that my mother did not feel the need to mention his color to my dad. So she just told him, I'm pregnant, which I find is very interesting because I feel his color would have overclouded everything and overshadowed whatever has happened, but my mother was not about that life. So after that, when I resigned, I served my notice for in Qatar Airways, and then I left. I remember I left Qatar in June, maybe like 3rd, 4th June, and I flew straight to Johannesburg. Got to Johannesburg, I couldn't find the bus going to Tzaneen. And by then I was not able to drive. I know it's embarrassing. I was not able, 25 and I couldn't drive. Then I had to book myself into a hotel in Braamfontein and then book a ticket for tomorrow. And then I stayed and I met up with, she's a sister to me now. We're friends. We started this sistership from friendship at Katekile. So she came to see me and so Katekile is one of those people who are very honest and brutal. She just told me, oh my God, I was so skinny. Somehow I was sick in Doha. I could not eat anything. The only thing I could eat was a green apple and salt. I don't know why I hate apples. I'm not an apple person. So the bus came, I went back to Tzaneen. My mother fetched me and we went home. So I stayed 2 weeks in Gowangowa, and then 2 weeks after I flew to Germany. So when I went to Germany, Andres had not told his parents that I'm pregnant, but they knew about me. When I was still working in Doha, they called me on Skype, and my parents-in-law don't speak English. So Andres was translating everything. Yeah, but they seemed happy and they were like, okay, fine, all of these things. So Andres invited them for lunch on the weekend. I think I flew to Germany on like during the week. Then I wanted to rest, and yeah. So I was still not showing. I was like 3-4 months pregnant. I was not showing anything. Then, but remember his parents saw me before on this video call. When they came in, like they came into the house, oh hello, he told them that yeah, someone is visiting me, she's here. Then hello, they came in, hi, and then they're hugging and kissing. And his mother looked at me like, you know, I thought it was only black grandmothers who have the pregnancy test in their eyes. But hell no, my mother-in-law had that. She looked at me like, and I was not wearing anything which was hiding anything. I was just wearing tight pants and a normal shirt. But you could not tell I was pregnant. Then we had a little braai and we ate, and then Andres like, yeah, I want to tell you something. And his mother said, she's pregnant. And he said, yeah. Of course, by then I could not speak German. Yeah. Okay. Are you poking your nose again? It's not good behavior. Don't poke, okay? Don't poke. And then his mother talked to us like, yeah, if yeah, she's pregnant and you guys are ready to be parents, yeah, we'll give you our full support. So that's how his family knew about this. And there were, like, on both sides, it was easy going. Then I started talking to Andres about paying damages. He damaged me. He had to pay damage money, which is new to him. He did not know anything about damages. All he knew is we are having a baby. And I told him, yeah, you have to pay damages. And then again he says, let's call your mother. So my mother really welcomed him to the point that he wanted to call my mother. Then we called her, and of course I told her, I don't know, we don't know how the thing for damages goes, but how do we do it? She said, yeah, damages are what he feels is okay to pay for whatever happened. And then I said, but how much do people pay for damages? She's like, so well, we're not charging him money for damages. He should just decide whatever he wants to give. And I asked her, how much did you guys pay for my little brother's baby? Then she said, we paid 2.5. I said, oh, okay, we're gonna pay 3.5 then. She said, okay. Then we transferred the money by EFT. No uncles. My husband has no uncles. Like, let alone if I ask him, oh, count the members in your family. He'll say, my mom, my dad, my brother, and me, and his wife and daughter. And then, but what about your aunties? What about your uncles? What about your grand? He says, no, I have one aunt, and my parents are not in contact with them. Okay, but when I have to count on my side, like, yo, you will have 3 buses full, and those, you know, those buses which are connected, and a train, of course. I have a big family. So, fine, and he doesn't have uncles, so the bank served as an uncle and paid the damage. So, and that's how both families found out I was pregnant. And somehow my mother reacted in a way which I thought she would be like, hey, why would you do that? Why you're working, you have a good job. Why would you want to ruin that? Because if you were not married in Qatar, how did you get pregnant? That's the logic behind pregnancy and having babies in Qatar. You have sex when you're married, but that's not how it happened with us. And somehow we started our relationship backwards. Most people start a relationship, get to know each other, date for a few years, then get engaged, then pay lobola, or maybe pay lobola, then get engaged, depending however you want to see it, and then have children. No, we dated 2-3 months, and then I was pregnant, then I quit my job, which I feel was a big risk to just quit your job. I've just known this guy for 3 months. How do you just quit your job? But I was pregnant. What would I do? And I was 25, so it's not like I was like 15, 16 where you say, okay, fine, what about your education? What about this? I was already working. So I came to Germany, and pregnancy humbled me in every way. It really humbled me. So our next video, we'll be talking about the pregnancy and all the crazy things I was doing and saying. And yeah, I was superstitious, so crazily superstitious, and I'm not usually a person who's superstitious, but I was so superstitious. So yeah, thanks for joining us again. Say bye bye, Alex.
Bye bye.
Because Alex has to start singing now, and since you know with the virus going around, he can go to kindergarten, I can go to work, and we have to stay home and sing all day. You're having a booga booga in your nose, Alex. Oh no, you have a booga booga. You got your booga booga. It's so big. This is a 16-year-old booga booga on a 2-year-old boy. Yeah? So later on we'll go for walks outside, and we're not allowed to walk in large groups. And so Alex and I will just walk a bit and to let off steam and come back home. And thank you very much, and stay tuned for more videos. And I know yesterday I said I'm gonna post a video of what I'm cooking. Oh guys, I cut my finger and I was so hysterical I had to stop. You wanna come? Thank you. You're such a mighty person, right? I wanna come out. You wanna come out? So thank you again. Alex said bye. We're gonna go for a walk soon. And thank you very much. Bye bye. Come with me.